College basketball is back. Here are 16 hot shots and long shots to win the NCAA tournament. Looking at 16 teams with a chance, however slim in some cases, of snipping the nets on the final night of the season. Do not confuse this for a top 16, there's a few long shots included. Arizona. Everyone keeps waiting for the Wildcats to reach the final weekend for the first time since 2001. And waiting. And waiting. It isn't for lack of opportunities. Arizona has averaged 29.1 victories over the past 7 years, reaching the second weekend of the NCAA tournament 5 times and a regional final on 3 occasions. This could be Sean Miller's best team, but that's a refrain that's been heard before. The pieces are certainly talented, from guard Alonzo Trier to forward Rawls Alkins, when his broken foot heals, to a massive freshman class led by DeAndre. All that youth is cause to pause, but the Wildcats should be the best team out west this season. Cincinnati. It's hard to describe any 30-win season as quiet, but the Bearcats methodically took care of their business last year while navigating the American Athletic Conference. They lose 2 starters, but bring back 3 double-digit scorers in wing Jacob Evans and forwards Gary Clark and Kyle Washington. It'll be up to skilled Sacred Heart transfer Kane Broome to keep things settled at both ends of the floor, and if he does, Coach Mick Cronin will be in good shape to guide Cincinnati not just to its 7th consecutive NCAA bid, but perhaps only its 2nd Sweet 16 since 2001, its first Elite 8 since 1996 and maybe even more than that. The college basketball players you have to watch this season. Duke. 4 freshmen and Grayson Allen. That was the starting 5 for Duke's exhibition opener, and it was a surprise to virtually no one. The Blue Devils have pushed in their chips on the one-and-done player more than anyone not named Kentucky, and the difference between the two at this point is fairly minute. They'll go as far as guys such as Marvin Bagley III, Wendell Carter Jr., Trevon Duval and Gary Trent Jr. take them. If there's one takeaway from the team built around the freshman class that largely made an 8-month pit stop in Durham last year, it's that continuity is crucial and staying healthy is vital. It's also worth remembering that Duke hasn't made it out of the tournament's first weekend in 3 of the past 6 years. Yes, the Blue Devils are talented. But it comes with no guarantees. Florida. The Gators got to the Elite 8 last year largely on the strength of their defense and athleticism. After a 2-year hiccup, one a losing season, the other featuring a knit quarterfinal appearance under a first-year coach, Florida's restoration as a national contender is complete. Coach Mike White will lean on senior Chris Chiesa and junior Kevon Allen to anchor a strong backcourt, and Virginia Tech transfer Jalen Hudson will help as well. If Florida finds some semblance of steady offensive punch in the paint, it will be able to play with anyone. Kansas. There's no better bet in college basketball than Kansas winning the Big 12 regular season title. That's mainly because they've earned at least a share of it for 13 years running. Frank Mason III is gone, but Devonte Graham will take a larger role in running the offense. Mississippi State transfer Malik Newman is eligible and freshman power forward Billy Preston is poised to make a difference. Maybe the Jayhawks will make a deep run and maybe they won't, but they won't be an afterthought when the tournament gets underway. Kentucky. Whatever verbiage you prefer, one and done, succeed and proceed, there's no question how the Wildcats hardwood machine works. Recruit a bunch of highly regarded players, plug them into the rotation and watch them leave for NBA riches after less than a year on campus. Rinse and repeat. Coach John Calipari probably doesn't get as much credit as he warrants for fielding strong defensive teams more often than not. This year will likely be no different. Kentucky should win the Southeastern Conference behind the likes of Hamidou Diallo, Quade Green, and Kevin Knox, and then be a threat to win the NCAA tournament. Louisville. Heavens knows how this is going to work out. The Cardinals had the potential to be a top 5 team and perhaps even nose past Duke as the preseason favorite in the ACC. Of course, That was before Rick Pitino was fired in the wake of the FBI investigation into the sport. The nonprofit programs at the center of the FBI's basketball probe. Interim coach David Padgett has the benefit of familiarity with the program after a stint as an assistant. And he'll deploy a deep roster featuring a tested point guard, Quentin Snyder, potential breakout stars on the wing, Deng Adele and VJ King, and capable bigs, Anis Mahmoud and Race Balding. Whether Louisville can keep the trolley on the tracks after a tumultuous